anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you very much, Lahayam, Kevin Simmons, Naga Yahoo, Naga Chagu Kuba, Grand Round, Oregon, P. Muckleshoot, Washington. Hello, my name is Kevin Simmons. I'm from Grand Round and Muckleshoot. I am very grateful and honored to be up here today. In addition to being a father of a Salem-Keizer School District student and high school student, right, I am also a third-year PhD student at the University of Oregon, who happens to focus on the use of cultural responsive pedagogy to raise outcomes in Western institutions. On the way here, I was thinking of our relative, Warner Austin Sr., that the last time that I was asked to do this, Warner was here. And I'm so grateful for him. I'm grateful for all that I have been given, and I'm grateful particularly to do these in educational settings because education has been so valuable for me in my life. I think about this opportunity here, not only do I think about Warner, but I cannot stand up here, I need to stand up here and acknowledge those kids and those youth that made this possible, and it's those youth that the first waves that came through the boarding schools. That if not for them, and not for their struggles, would we not have these opportunities here? I'm a benefactor of that. I'll offer a quick non-denominational blessing. Facilitator, Creator, we approach you on this day, humbled and grateful for all that thou hast provided for us. For the opportunity to gather here and celebrate not only these youth and these students that are graduating here tonight, but to celebrate, Father, the legacy in which has been left to us to follow. I am grateful, Father, to just be a part of that legacy. I ask thee on this day that I stand here and I ask that thy goodness, thy health, thy wisdom, thy blessings be upon this venue, be upon this event, be upon these students and these families, that they may feel thy love and thy presence in their lives and recognize that they come from a long lineage, Father, that we all do, and that without that lineage, Father, we would not be here. I'm so grateful for the Salem-Keizer School District and their staff that they're the ones that are standing in line for our children. The late nights, the early mornings, those worried-filled days of wanting to provide services to families and to children. Look upon them, and I ask and I stand here for them, Father, that thou may bestow a blessing upon them. We're grateful for those ancestors, for those youth that came through, Father, those schools, that I stand here and honor them and recognize them. And on this night, Father, I humble myself and I bow my head and I think and I pray for our families and our relatives in the Ukraine and in the East. We ask that thy Spirit may watch over them and that we may have the eyes and the ears to hear and see those things that thou needs us to do. That if we can add a drop to them, Father, then please let us be known. We're thankful for our elders, we're thankful for our ancestors, and most importantly, Father, we're thankful for our families. And I stand here, Father, and I say and I ask these things in thy Son's name. Who?
You may post the flags. Please remain. You may post the flags. You may be seated. Good evening and welcome to the Salem-Keizer Public Schools 25th Annual Native Education Graduation Ceremony. I'm Alondra Kessinger, Chair of the Parent Advisory Council for the Salem-Keizer School District Native Education Program. I'd like to thank North Salem High School and their staff for their support in hosting this event in their beautiful auditorium. I'd also like to thank our district leaders who are with us today, High School Director Larry Ramirez and Director of Strategic Initiatives Susan West, Board Chair Osvaldo Avila, and First Vice Chair Ashley Carson Cottingham. I'd also like to thank the Salem-Keizer Native Education Program staff and parents, advisory committee members for the many hours it took to coordinate and organize this year's graduation celebration in order to honor the success of our students tonight. Before we begin, please turn off or silence all cell phones. Throughout the ceremony and in honor of tradition, you will be asked to stand if you are able and to remove your hats during time of honor, such as entrance of our color guard or singing the national anthem invocation. Bye-bye. Wendy, can you please come up? We're going to be doing the land acknowledgement, and Wendy Roberts will be doing that.
Here in the Willamette Valley, the ancestry of the Kalapuya reaches the furthest back in time, reminding us that this bountiful and plentiful valley has been called home by its original inhabitants long before the names of the snowy peaks in the distance were re-identified. We would like to forward our respect to the first peoples of this land, the 9 federally recognized tribes of Oregon, and those whose identities have been compromised as belonging to this land and who do not fall under state or federal jurisdiction. We reflect on the displacement, forced removal, and genocides that still took place throughout Oregon and beyond to ensure we truly honor the gravity of our past, giving a guarantee that people may live in harmony and equity on this land for posterity. We would like this acknowledgement to carry resonance as a tool of peace and mutual respect to all that reside here, who come from afar to contribute to the energy and vibrancy of the place we call home, the sacred lands of the Willamette Valley. Thank you.
Thank you, Wendy. Many people were instrumental in helping our graduates reach this point, including parents, of which we thank you for your support and success of your students' academic endeavors. Elders, we thank you for your guidance, continuous words of wisdom, patience, and mentorship. The Native education staff who work tirelessly to ensure students have the tools and resources needed. The Native Education Program's Parent Advisory Committee who volunteer their time to work with the school districts, local tribes, and Native education staff on policies, culture, and history. Lakota Oyate Key Club. This is a group of volunteers that have given thousands of hours to make their heirloom quality Pendleton wool graduate stoles and the beaded feathers being awarded to our graduates tonight. Local Tribal Council, we are honored to have you as part in our guidance of our youth. A special thank you to the Siletz Tribal Charitable Contribution Funds. These funds were allocated for this ceremony, including feathers and materials for the Pendleton stoles that you will see our graduates wearing. We appreciate the continued support for our Native students and our programs. The Native Education Program could not function and succeed without the support of each and every one of you. We are forever thankful. Our partnership and appreciate all that you have given in order to see our children flourish and succeed. Thank you. Please welcome School Board Chair Osvaldo and Ashley Cottingham as they provide a congratulatory message for our graduates.
Good afternoon. I'm Osvaldo Avila, Chair of the Salem-Keizer School Board, and here with me,
I'm Ashley Carson Cottingham, the Vice Chair of the Salem-Keizer School Board. Welcome, students and families, to our 2022 Native Education Graduation Celebration. We thank you for joining us this afternoon to support and celebrate the many students you see before you. Whether you are a caretaker or a guardian, a parent or grandparent, aunt or uncle, sibling or friend, these students are where they are today because of all of you. In this place, all are welcomed and valued. In this place, we celebrate and respect the many nations, languages, and cultures represented. In this place, each of you belong, just as you are.
we also acknowledge and honor the land we stand upon. We recognize that we are not the first original peoples to walk this land. We offer our respect to the Kalapuya people and elders, both past and present, who have stewarded this land throughout the generations. Students, under the best circumstances, graduating from high school is a great accomplishment. After 2 years of pandemic, doing so is remarkable and indicative of your perseverance and determination. For 2 years, each of you adapted to changes in safety and health requirements. Changes in how and where you learned, changes in your day-to-day, social interactions. When we look at you, we see great accomplishments and great hope. We see a student body that has challenged and emboldened this school district to live up to its promise, to your promise. We see a graduating class of extraordinary individuals, accomplished graduates, and proud representatives of your tribal nations. We see you.
You have customized your pathways to express who you are and what is meaningful to you. to prepare yourselves for a future that matters to you, to your tribal nations, and to our world. We celebrate your commencement, knowing that as your journey begins, whether in college or the workforce, whether in a gap year or service to others, you will continue to empower others in your own unique way.
As you reflect on your time as at your respective high schools, on all that you have done and all that you have learned, and the many relationships you have formed, some of which will last a lifetime, as you take in your accomplishments and success, our hope is that you will know great happiness and see progress in your endeavors, and that you will continue to be a force for good, for yourself, for your family, for your community, and our world. Congratulations, and thank you for.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Chair Avila and Vice Chair Cottingham. This year we have 35 students completing high school, not all of which are here tonight. We would be remiss to not mention them and not note how proud we are of them all. Our graduates have reached a milestone in their lives during a challenging time. Graduates after high school, you will have more responsibilities, independence, and have to make many decisions on your own as adults. The decisions and paths you choose in the next few years will impact the rest of your lives. Graduates, only you can choose your path. Only you can decide who and what you want to be. These decisions will determine your happiness and success in your life. These decisions should not be taken lightly, as they will determine the kind of person you will become. We honor you and your accomplishments tonight. Be proud, carry your head high, and don't stop until you've reached your dreams. At this time, it is an honor for me to introduce to you our high school speaker, Mariah Benitez. Mariah is a graduate from McNary High School and is a citizen of the Confederated Tribes of Siletz Indians. Mariah plans to attend Willamette University in pursuit of her undergraduate in biology, and then transferring to Sumner College to complete her nursing school.
Teila, Mariah Benitez, Wamnashi. Hi, my name is Mariah Benitez, and I am enrolled in the Confederated Tribes of Siletz Indians. I am part of the Checo, Joshua, Sixes, Smith River, and Tututni bands. I am glad to be here with you all today. I would like to start off by saying thank you to everyone who is here helping celebrate the class of 2022 and our big milestone. We are fortunate to have family and community members who are invested in our education and our future. Now, when you go onto the Native Education Program's website, it states that they provide programs, services, and cultural enrichment opportunities for American Indian and Alaska Native students. From my experience, they provide so much more. They are constantly checking in with students from each and every school, offering us opportunities to feel a part of a community with our fellow Native students, and they let us grow strong bonds with each other by learning and growing together regarding our culture. They do this by hosting events such as academic coaching, Native clubs, family nights, and culturally based academic summer school. I personally have participated in the list, and let me just say, I have some really fun stories to share in my lifetime. Whether that was learning how to build a high pain tolerance when eating pizza rolls straight out of the oven during our academic coaching sessions, getting to take home crazy fun board games after family night, or learning how to swim during summer school. They each played a part in how I learned to grow in many different ways during my 12 years of schooling. This is where my passion for taking healthy risks grew. And well, now I'm standing in front of you up here giving you a speech, so. Without this program, I can strongly say that we would all feel a little disconnected with our culture. During COVID times, it was so hard to feel connected to any part of school. I missed my last years in attending summer school and the chance to build more great memories with the staff and students there. I am now very adamant in enrolling my younger family members to participate in summer school because I want them to get to experience everything I wasn't able to. I know that the teachers and staff there will continue to grow even when I start this new chapter, but in the near future, I am hoping some of us will come back as a staff member and return to what this program gave to us to other Native youth generations. This amazing program's mission is that all students graduate and have a successful life. Well, class of 2022, I think it's our duty to live up to this mission and succeed well beyond what we think we're capable of. We have survived so much in our schooling lifetime, why give up now? We still have such a far road ahead of us, so let's start this new chapter off right. We got this. Congratulations, everyone. Humchi. Goodbye.
Thank you, Mariah. It is my honor to introduce to you our Native Education alumni keynote speaker tonight, Sophie Hook. Sophie is a citizen of the Mowa Band of Choctaw Indians, Western Oregon University alumni, Bachelor's of Arts in Spanish and a minor in Health and Human Biology. Oregon Health and Science University of Nursing student, class of 2024. Sophie Hook.
Good evening, everyone. It is an honor and pleasure to be here with you all tonight. I want to start by thanking Shelby Mayers for welcoming me here. I am fond of this program and the cultural enrichment that it brings to the Salem-Keizer area. Additionally, a big thank you to my mother, Jennifer Hook, for encouraging me through the years to be involved with Indian education and for signing the paperwork and all of that. Now, last time I wrote a speech, I stood on the stage in 2018 at my own graduation. I titled the document, Footnote, not having any clue what the term keynote speech meant. I spent 2017 and 2018 working at Indian education as a student worker. There is a chance I worked with some of you during summer school when you were in 7th or 8th grade and soon entering high school. Some of you might agree that this transition to high school felt big and important at the time, but by the end of senior year, I had forgotten all the feelings of being a freshman. I realized that the transition from high school to adulthood was right around the corner, and my many decisions ran through my head. But one thing that has continuously crossed my mind throughout college is the questions that regard my culture and diversity. As a child, I learned about my elders and more recently realized the roles adults play in our cultural enrichment. I have always looked to my mother's family to feel connected with my tribe and the activities that bring us closer to our ancestors. Now as an adult, I realize I am in a similar role with my younger cousins and nieces. Now it is your turn to step into this role and continue sharing Indigenous traditions and participate in your culture. I encourage you all going forward to make decisions that represent our Indigenous communities with integrity. Whether you are attending college, going into a trade, caring for family members, getting to work, or maybe all of the above. Some of you here today, including parents and family members, are wondering how your lives are going to turn out. It is normal to wonder, but ultimately, I think it is important to share that your future is not just something that happens to you. It is up to you all to create it. Congratulations, graduates. Thank you.
Thank you, Sophie. It is my honor to introduce to you our second Native Education alumni, keynote speaker Kylie Dalton. Kylie is a citizen of the Medacy Band of the Pit River Tribe, McNary High School class of 2019 alumni, attending Chemeketa Community College with a focus on social work and juvenile justice. Also holds a clerical position in safety and risk management for Salem-Keizer Public Schools. Kylie.
Hello and welcome all. I want to first thank
you all for having me here today. I also want to congratulate all the graduates that we have here today, as well as thanking everyone in the Native Ed program for putting on this beautiful ceremony and having a huge impact on me and who I am today. What tribe are you from? That's the first question I got asked when I first stepped on the bus to go to my first Native Education summer school program. It was the year of my 5th grade. I was struggling academically the previous year, and I was looking for resources on how I could get help. That's when my parents found the Native Education program. At first, the sound of summer school sounded like a drag. That was until I got onto the bus. I felt like I had finally found my people. In this program, I found resources not only academically, but we did find, sorry, I'm a little nervous. I found cultural practices as well. That was just one of the many ways the Native Education program had impacted me, not including the many field trips and college campus visits we would take, and the extra tutoring that was provided in family nights. Native Education continues to provide me with many resources and opportunities, as well as this very moment. I had reached out to Shelby in hopes to even be able to help serve food or even put out tables. So you can imagine how blindsided I was when she presented me the opportunities to stand up here today and speak to you. After graduating, I attended Chemeketa Community College for 2 years, making me a first-generation college student. My resources did not stop there once I got to college. I then became a part of the TRIO program. This program was for first-generation and low-income students. I had my own personal advisor within the program that helped me navigate the classes and teachers that would best suit me in the direction I was headed. I also had access to free tutoring whenever it was needed. I am now 21 years old, and I have come full circle. I work in safety and risk management department within our district, as well as having the opportunity to volunteer my time to the Native Education program. My future plans are to grow within the district, as well as give back to the youth in my culture as well. The truth is, success has no age limit. We each, at some point in our life, can decide to start something new. There's many chapters to this book of life. Today, we get to close one of those chapters. That, however, does not mean it's the end of your book. We don't write our ending prematurely. New chapters can begin at any time, but it just so happens that today you get to start a new chapter. Congratulations on your success, and good luck on writing your next chapter.
Thank you, Kylie. I would like to introduce to you our keynote speaker, Mercedes Jones. Mercedes is a citizen of the Confederated Tribes of Ronde and is the Director of Professional Learning for the Educator Advancement Council. Prior to the role at the EAC, Mercedes served as the curriculum specialist for 7 years for her tribe, developing tribe-specific, historically accurate, culturally relevant curriculum and professional development. Mercedes.
Shushloxan, Nike Mercedes Jones. Good afternoon, everyone. Mercedes Jones. This is amazing. I haven't been in front of a large audience or even with people for 2 years, so I've been in front of a Zoom screen doing this kind of stuff, and this feels so much better. So I'm a citizen of the Confederated Tribes of Grand Ronde, and I'm so honored to have been invited here to share this special day with you. It really is special. You all have gotten to this point having been challenged, surviving through a global pandemic, and you still made it here. Graduates, you are about to enter into the most uncertain but exciting period of your lives. And if you thought being a teenager was weird and awkward, you just wait. Adulthood, it's not any less confusing or messy. But except now, you get to assume additional responsibilities, and people are going to continue to ask you, what are you going to do with your life? What's next? And that's what people are going to expect now. You should be very proud of yourselves that you made it to this moment. It is a very big goal that you reached. And to the families of those who are graduating, congratulations to you. You should know that the support that you've provided to your graduates through this process had an enormous impact. And I'm very certain that you're all very proud of your graduates as they close out this portion of their lives and enter into the next chapter. Graduates, I know you must be thinking, let's hurry up and get through our speeches so we can get up here on stage and get these beautiful shoals. But again, I want to really commend you for making it to this point. Not everyone reaches this milestone in their life. And not only did you survive high school, but again, you survived it through a global pandemic. And for that, you deserve to be celebrated today. When I got the email months ago inviting me to be your keynote, I thought for certain that email had been sent to the wrong person. I was not the student back in high school that ever would have maybe been invited to do something like this. And I certainly would not back then have been someone who would have accepted standing up and doing a public speech like this. I looked at my dog and I kind of laughed at him, and he looked at me and thinking, what the heck is she even laughing at me for? It really is an honor to be here with you today. When I was younger, I liked school for the most part. Middle school was a little bit weird. We didn't have TikTok or Instagram back then to show us how to do things, like pluck our eyebrows. My mom certainly didn't tell me that blue eyeshadow really wasn't that cool. So looking back on pictures now is kind of fun. But fast forward to high school though, it didn't get any less weird. It was just a little bit more tricky to navigate now. My junior year of high school, I skipped my math class for 2 whole months before my mom found out. But it's not why you think. I was actually being bullied, and it seemed way more appealing to get an F in my math class than to deal with the mean girls that I was having to see on a daily basis. Fast forward, I ended up transferring to an alternative high school, which is where I graduated from, and it took me a very long time to tell people that. Because people, when they hear something like alternative high school, they make assumptions about you, and I didn't want people to think that I was a bad kid, because that wasn't the case. I tell you that because I want you to know it doesn't matter how you got to this point. It's messy, but what matters is that you made it here. Graduation is one of those steps in life that defines a coming of age. It's the end of one era of life where people looked at you as kids, as children, and as students. And now you're moving into a new stage in which you're more of a doer and an achiever and a change maker in the wider world. And it's gonna look different for each and every one of you. I'm sure some of you have plans and a good idea of what's coming next. Some of you might have a pretty good idea and a dream and a lot of hope that I really hope it gets you there. And some of you may just be amazed that you made it here. But I'm here to tell you that the future is exciting. It's gonna be hard and there are gonna be trying times, but it's gonna be dependent on you and your determination and what it looks like for you. I grew up disconnected from my tribe when I was younger. It wasn't until my early 20s when I moved 150 miles from my hometown to work for my tribe's education department. Earlier, we heard our first student keynote speaker talk about taking a healthy risk, and that was my very first healthy risk. And it's something that really set in motion what my future was gonna look like. I started out as an intern while I was going to college, and up until that point, I was just kind of taking classes to take classes. I had no idea what I was doing. But it was during that experience that I decided and found out that I really did want to go into education, and I wanted to become a teacher. Now, you might have heard earlier as I was being introduced, I'm in fact not a teacher. Even though I graduated from college with my teaching license, and that was my dream of what I was going to do, I changed my mind for the 200 and millionth time. And it's going to look similar for a lot of you in that way. But I'm here to tell you that's okay. I share that little part of my story with you because I want to encourage you all to take healthy risks as you go into the next chapter of your lives. I want you to be the change makers that our communities desperately need. And I want you to experience new things, meet new people, move somewhere new, because you can always come home. Step outside of your comfort zone and never think that you have all of the answers. There is always something new to learn, no matter your age. Show up in spaces unapologetically brave for your values and your culture, and make sure that you surround yourself with people who support you and encourage you to always be your best self, and be brave enough to let go of those who don't support your heart and your soul. You are now armed with one of the greatest tools that's going to help you forge your path ahead. It's not the diploma itself that counts. It's about what you've learned along the way and what you're going to do with your education as you go through your journey. Your future is in your hands, no one else's. As author Zig Ziglar says, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. And with that, I want to say congratulations to all of our graduates today. We're here rooting for you, and we are so proud of you.
Thank you, Mercedes. It is now time to recognize our 2022 graduates. Will all presenters please come up to the stage?
Hello, my name is Dittmer-Bearchum. I'm a cultural resource facilitator with the Native Education Program. I just want to say congratulations to the graduating class. Can we please give them a round of applause? All right. And with that, we will be calling up our graduates, and we'll be letting you know a little bit about them. So, first off, we have Jaina Alvarez, affiliated with the Navajo Nation and Apache tribes. She attends North Salem High School. After graduation, Jaina plans on going to Chemeketa and then transferring to Western Oregon. She says she couldn't have graduated high school without help from her theater teacher, Alyssa Bond. Jaina also wants to thank her parents for always supporting her when she needed them, and her grandpa for always making her laugh and being there for her and helping whenever she needed him. Her advice to future students is, don't let temporary problems and people get in the way of your success. Jaina Alvarez. Next we have Mariah Benitez. Mariah Benitez is affiliated with the Confederated Tribes of Siletz Indians and is from McNary High School. She is the daughter of Rochelle Cole Gonzalez and the granddaughter of La Juana Ramirez. She would like to thank her family for challenging her to do her best in school. She would also like to thank Sonia Moody Jurado for constantly not letting her forget the potential she has. Mariah has been the class president for many years. She has served on her tribal youth council. She has been involved with the Willamette Academy and was chosen to attend Unity. Mariah plans to attend Western Oregon University in pursuit of her undergraduate degree in biology and then transferring to Sumner College to complete nursing school. Mariah Benitez. Ethan Breckheimer is affiliated with the Eastern Shoshone Wind River Tribe and is attending McKay High School. He is the son of Sharon Stevens and the grandson of Rose Starr Peters. Ethan would like to thank everyone at McKay for helping him succeed in school. Ethan is currently working at Rite Aid and is excited to get out in the world and explore what it has to offer for him. His advice to others is don't leave school, stay in it, not out of it. Ethan Breckheimer. Andres Cruz is an Indigenous student who attends McNary High School. He is the son of Patricia and Andres Cruz. Andres would like to thank his parents for being his biggest supporters while he was in school. Andres Cruz. Juliana Dehler is affiliated with the Yankton Sioux Nation and is from South Salem High School. She is the daughter of Bradley and Joanna Dehler, the granddaughter of Kathy Yankton. After graduation, Juliana plans to attend Chemeketa Community College and then transferring to a 4-year college to study accounting. Juliana's advice to other students is to find friends who will support you in succeeding in school. Juliana Dehler. Carter Halstead is affiliated with the Confederated Tribes of Siletz Indians, and he attends West Salem High School. He is the son of Eric and Karen Halstead and the grandson of Gary and Sheila Kirkwood. He would like to thank the chefs from C-Tech for being a part of him discovering his passion for culinary arts. Carter enjoys baking, exploring, and spending time with family. After graduation, Carter plans to attend Cascade Culinary Institute, and he dreams of one day opening his own cafe. Carter Halstead. Teila Jurado is affiliated with the Confederated Tribes of Siletz Indians from Sprague High School. She is the daughter of Rosalie Jurado and the granddaughter of Sonia Moody Jurado. Her interests, she's a founder of a MMIW roller derby team. Yes, that's super awesome. Please make some noise for that. After graduation, she will go to community college and then a 4-year school to study criminology. Teila Jurado.
Kylie Lundy is affiliated with the Confederated Tribes of Siletz Indians and is from West Salem High School. She is the daughter of Jennifer and Danny Lundy, the granddaughter of Dale Lundy. Her interests include playing basketball, serving her school through ASB leadership, and the residential construction program at C-Tech. After graduation, she plans on attending Chemeketa Community College. Kylie Lundy. Peter Mike is affiliated with the Winnebago, Ho-Chunk, and Shoshone-Paiute Nation and attends McKay High School. He is the son of Cora Kateri Mike, the grandson of Ed and Teresa Mike. He would like to thank his mom for being his biggest cheerleader and pushing him to do his best. His interests include soccer and track. After graduation, he plans on attending college where he will play soccer. This will be used as a stepping stone for him to become a professional athlete. Peter Mike. Gabriel Montanez is affiliated with the Yankton Sioux and is from Sprague High School. He is the son of Dana and Raymond Montanez, the grandson of Sharon Meach. His interests include being musician and singer. He plays 6 instruments and tries to improve all the time. He is the bass player in a band with friends and is learning the accordion as his 7th instrument. After he perfects his first 7 instruments, he plans to learn the guitar and banjo. He is an artist, explorer, writer, whittler, and skater who loves to dance. He plans to reconnect with LGBT and Native communities and try to help people in these communities again. After graduation, he plans on attending Chemeketa for 2 years, then Portland State for his last 2 years for a business or conservation science degree. He has big plans to work, attend college, and continue to improve his music skills. Gabriel Montanez. Gabriel Simon Moody Jurado is affiliated with the Confederated Tribes of Siletz Indians and attends McKay High School. He is the son of Sonia Moody Jurado and Jesus Jurado, and he is the grandson of Cynthia Lozano. Gabriel would like to thank his parents and best friends, Derek and Aisha, for being amazing supports for him through school. While in school, Gabriel was in chamber orchestra, the National Honor Society, Willamette Academy, Siletz Tribal Youth Council, track and field, and he received a Student of the Month award from the East Salem Rotary. After graduation, Gabriel plans to attend OSU to pursue a degree in marine biology with a double major in Indigenous Studies and Environmental Science. Gabriel Simon Moody Jurado. Elise Mullenbach is affiliated with the Cherokee Nation and is from South Salem High School. She is the daughter of Laura Mullenbach, the granddaughter of Linda Morley. Her primary interest in martial arts is in martial arts. She is also a National Honor Society member. After graduation, she plans on attending Chemeketa Community College to complete general studies before moving to a 4-year school. Elise Mullenbach. Anthony Tolentino. Anthony was a member of the Confederated Tribes of Siletz Indians, and he attended North Salem High School. He was a descendant of the Salish and Kootenai tribes of Montana. He was the son of Geronimo and Cecilia Tolentino. His grandparents were Bill and Jeanette Bauman and Jeff Flagg. Anthony's dreams were to own his own business and purchase a home in Texas. Anthony's parents would like to bring awareness for all the murdered and missing Indigenous people still waiting for justice like Anthony. Forever loved, never forgotten, love bug. Natani Waller is affiliated with the Ojibwe Nation and attends North Salem High School. She is the daughter of Brandon Waller and the granddaughter of Jacqueline Vargas. Her interests include reading, listening to music, dancing, and hanging out with friends. After graduation, she plans to attend Chemeketa Community College and become a teacher. Natani Waller. Haley Young is affiliated with the Confederated Tribes of Siletz Indians and attends West Salem High School. She is the daughter of Fawn Staggs and Robert Gales, the granddaughter of Cheryl and Rodney Ben. She has a strong interest in cooking. After graduation, she plans on working in a small cafe, making coffee and pastries, and hoping to have a business of her own someday. She plans to study culinary arts at Central Oregon Community College. Haley Young. Will the color guard and Kevin Simmons please come up? Will the graduates please stand? Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Native Education's graduating class of 2022. Will everybody please stand and remain standing for the retirement of the flags?